My name's John Lamore. I'm actually the director, and Dog's Body and everything within this company at the minute. Only because some of the people help me have got other things on at the minute. If you're outside the UK watching this is the Diamond Jubilee weekend for the Queen. And the Queen is somebody I've met a couple of times in the past. When I was in the military, I did the Royal Tournament down in Earls Court, and I actually met most of the Royals. And I really loved meeting her husband. He was really funny, a really nice guy. So I hope she has a great weekend this weekend. So some of the things that have been going on in the background that you don't always get to see. Yeah, we've been out there doing some training lately, but we've also been working on our website. So we've been doing a lot of updates around the back. So you should start seeing some more interesting bits on the website, and there's some more coming up in the next few weeks. So hopefully some will come out of it. Hope so. Anyway, I hope you're going to enjoy it. Now, these, at the minute, all these Q&A sessions, they're actually to start up getting people seeing us on the web. It's not something I actually enjoy, being in front of the camera talking. But what we're going to start doing, probably in July, is start doing some free lessons on here so people can learn some new skills. And we're probably going to start off with confidence building. So get people being confident, which is a good thing. So you can learn a bit more about me on this session. So my favorite quote of all times is actually from Mahatma Gandhi, and it's, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." I think it's such a powerful quote, and it's something you can actually live your life by. I've worked in some hostile environments, but what I've found is if you talk to people how you want to be spoken to, they will respect that back to you, which is a good thing. One of the other quotes I like is by Hal Moore, from We Were Soldiers, played by Mel Gibson. And he has a quote saying, "To be a leader, you must be willing to be a lifelong learner." And I do believe that's true. If you're going to be in any sort of leadership role, you need to keep developing yourself. Me personally, I've gone by the ethos for years to do one thing professionally and one thing personally, at least a minimum each year. So it develops you as a person, makes you more confident, more knowledgeable, and it is a good practice to actually get into. If I talk about my favorite books, motivational books, I've had quite a lot of them, but the ones I do love the most, Simon Sinek. It would be the first one I like the most is Leaders Eat Last, which was a follow-up to his Start with a Why. Now, that book I thought was absolutely brilliant, and it was one of my managers who gave me that book to say why he actually liked working for me. And I was so touched by it, because he actually put me on to Start with a Why in the first place. But I was so touched when he bought that book for me, just to show his appreciation with working with me. It was really good. Surprising facts about me. So I look nice, fit and healthy, and I'm actually one of the 1% who actually suffer from celiac. So if you've never come across celiac, which I never had before till about 18 months ago, it's a problem with the gluten. I'm really not very good with it. There's two different types, of celiac really. There's the traditional sort where the person gets bloated belly, and quite painful, I believe. And there's a type I have, which is silent celiac. And the silent celiac, it attacks my immune system. So when I was really sick with it last year, I had about 3 months where I don't even remember what went on in them 3 months. My wife used to play cruel tricks, put the TV on, watch a program, and then she'd start it again. And I thought we were watching something new because I couldn't remember. So as you know, as gluten can affect me in that way, I tend to write down a lot more things these days than I ever have, generally because I can't remember. So, you know, I have to organize myself quite well these days. And when if I talk about holidays, my favorite holiday has got to be Thailand. Thailand, I've been there for maybe 5, 6 times, always diving around Koh Tao, and I've been on Koh Samui. Really love it. My next destination I want to go to is the Philippines, to Negros. I have a friend who lives out there, but that's not the reason why I want to go. I just think it's a beautiful part of the world, and I want to explore more of Southeast Asia. To think about my earliest memories, my earliest memory would be learning to swim at about age of 3 in Malta. My dad was in the forces, so I moved around a lot. So I was learning to swim in Valletta Harbour. So going back quite a few years, greatest influence who's been in my life has been, in all honesty, my mum. My mum believed in me more than what my teachers did. Being at school, my teacher said I'd never amount to anything. I've been a senior manager, been a teacher, but my most proudest moment is probably gaining my master's in leadership in management. This is from somebody who left school with 1 CSE, and it wasn't very, very good. So I'm not a natural learner, but life's, I've developed along on the way, and I've gained that high level of qualification. So if I can do it, believe me, anybody can do it. If I could invite famous people to dinner, the most famous person I'd probably like to invite to dinner would be Jack Cousteau. So, I grew up watching him on TV, and because I love scuba diving, I've actually dived in some of the places that he has dived, and I can also admit it's awesome his diving. But if you think back to his days before it was commercialized and all the junk that we have in the sea, he'd been seeing all this stuff pristine and really clear in the first time, and that would have been pretty amazing. Another question: if you see me looking over here, I've just wrote some questions down to say things. So, what's the most unusual place I've carried out training? Well, I've done a lot of training over the years, and I've done some historic buildings in the UK. I've done some nice golden sands in Thailand. We're doing some teaching out there. But one of the most unusual places I've ever done training was when I was working out in Saudi. I got the opportunity to do some training within a Saudi prison for a week. And believe me, it wasn't what I thought it would be. I've worked in the prisons in the UK, but it was mind-blowing. What they've done is taken all the best bits of the prisons from around the world, and they've made this model that's 100% all about rehabilitation, and it's that good. It has something like a 99% success rate. So it really is a good model. One of the things I'm most proud of at work is the people and the teams that I've worked with or managed over the years. A lot of them are really good friends of mine, still in contact with a lot of people, some of them going back 40 years. And all these people and all these teams have all got their own strengths and weaknesses. And, I worked with some inspirational people over the years, and vice versa. Some people say I'm inspirational to them. But my proudest moment out of it all was actually turning a department round when I was a senior education manager. So I run vocational education up in a place called Taif in Saudi Arabia, and I had 4 departments working under me, all part of vocational. And we turned that round. We went from the worst performing department across the COE network to the top performing department. And at the end of the day, it wasn't about me. It was about the guys who were in that team. They were the actual real winners. Some of them have gone on. and been promoted into managerial positions. But they all, were great guys, great team, and a lot of them I'm still in contact with, and it's great watching their careers develop. So it really is good. And when I've been work, one of my biggest frustrations has been the lack of professional development that was actually useful to the person. A lot of people will probably agree with me. You keep going on courses, HR sends you on courses, and it seems more like a tick box. You sit there for 8 hours and sign that feedback form at the end, and nothing gets carried on, back in the workplace. That's where we do something different with our training. So in our training, you will develop your own action plan, so you can actually take it back to your organization and actually use them skills in the workplace. And you've developed your own action plan, so you can show it to your managers, your HR people, to get you actually going forward. Well, that's all for me, guys. Have a great Jubilee weekend. I hope we have a lot of fun. And I'll see you next week. See you later. Thanks very much.